will be labeled a convicted felon for the rest of her life.
In elder abuse cases, as of 2019, they're no longer allowing that, and so this will be a felony conviction on her record.
So with these new developments on people's minds, we asked our viewers how much time, if any, should RaDanda Vaught be sentenced to? Still with me, former federal prosecutor and former Department of Justice Senior Attorney Tammy Allison, someone who has worked extensively on clemency issues. We'll get to that in just a minute. Let's go to our first comment right now. It comes from Alyssa. She says there's no room for mistakes like that in healthcare. If it was my family member she killed, I want her locked up. To face absolutely no punishment for killing some, accident or not, is bizarre. Love to get your thoughts on this, Tammy. This is an interesting case. Folks think it might have a chilling effect on nurses going forward. It came out of trial that she did miss a lot of red flags, but perhaps those misses are not enough based on a lot of issues with the hospital as well for her to face criminal charges. It should have been settled differently, which in fact it was as well. So your thoughts on this case?
Michael, thank you for mentioning the fact that I am an expert in clemency. To talk about what happened here, I do think that it's going to have a very chilling effect on the healthcare community. I think it is kind of strange that she has these criminal charges and has been found guilty. It is going to reduce the amount of nurses that are willing to speak up when they make mistakes, but not only nurses, but also doctors and everyone else in the healthcare community if they know that their mistakes can result in a criminal conviction. As it relates to clemency, I'll just sum all of that up by saying that's not how that works, okay? Clemency is a sign of forgiveness after a conviction, okay? So change.org, they can do all that all they want all day, and spending all day today working on a matter where clemency was inappropriately done that only hurt an individual. All day today is what I did before I appeared today on this show, is cleaning up the mess of misconceptions of clemency on the state and federal level. I'll say that people really need to stay in their lane, stop throwing the word clemency around. I am one of 3 experts in the country in clemency that has a firm dedicated to clemency. Expert meaning I worked at the Department of Justice's Office of the Pardon Attorney under Presidents Bush, Obama, and Trump. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. So it's very important that people not throw that word around, because clemency, even if it is granted, if it's granted the wrong way, it can severely hurt people. And that is something that I've been dealing with.
Tammy, hold on 1 second. I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. So if she's been convicted, she'll get a sentence. Let's say the judge decides to give her 3 years. You're saying that folks can't then go and argue for clemency for her under the guise that perhaps, you know, this type of thing should not be criminally prosecuted?
You know, they could argue, she could argue for clemency for herself if it's done the right way with the guidance of an expert appropriately. This situation here is in the state of Tennessee, so it would be state clemency, which would go to the governor. Under the umbrella of clemency, there's 2 different types, commutation and pardon. If she has a sentence where she is incarcerated, she can seek the forgiveness from the governor. It's called a commutation, for her to come out of prison early, and it will reduce or remove any fines or restitution.
All right, Tammy, I got to cut you off because we're running out of time. Do you think she has any chance at all for commutation?
She could, but we never know. It's complicated.
All right. Tammy, thank you so much for providing your expertise. Truly appreciate it, as always. I'm Michael Ayala. It's been a pleasure being with you as well. Coming up next, closing arguments with Benny Politan. He has more on that verdict reached today in the Michael Mosley trial. Keep it right here.